Welcome to the Good Place Marionville podcast, dedicated to highlighting the good right here in Marionville, Missouri.
You know, in every TV show that focuses on small towns on the prairie or the new frontier, it always seems that there's a character that is the town doctor. This position is really a critical element of the health of a town. So, fast forward to 2025, and the medical offerings in a small town still hold a huge importance. In Marionville, we are so blessed to have the Mercy Clinic right here in the center of town to take care of our annual physicals, sickness that comes up overnight, or any of our other medical needs that might come up. Today, we have nurse practitioner Joy Bell here with us from Mercy to talk about who she is personally and her role here in the community. Joy, welcome to the Good Place Marionville podcast.
Thank you.
Are you sure? Yes. I was a little hesitant. I'm not sure I really want to be here with Jim and Mark
Yes,
today.
no, I'm very thankful. Thank you.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, where you grew up, about your schooling, that kind of thing.
Okay, well, I was born in Denver, Colorado. Grew up in a dairy farm in Wisconsin.
You're a cheesehead?
Yes,
Sorry,
I am.
this
I'm a
podcast. I'm going to an end right now.
I'm a
Sorry. You stop.
Yes, but I was not a Packer fan, so I think but I do like cheese curds. So there you go.
Nothing like a fresh cheese.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Then my family moved here to Springfield, Missouri. My dad became assistant administrator at Maranatha Village, and that was in high school.
Oh.
So went to Hillcrest. I'm a Hornet, graduated many, many years ago. And then I have 3 kids, all adults. So I'm an empty nester.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest is a pastor in Cleveland. My middle daughter and her husband are missionaries to Luxembourg, and have first granddaughter, and she was 1 today, which is so exciting.
And which part of the world is your granddaughter in?
She's in France right now.
Oh.
So I've gotten some awesome pictures today. And then my youngest is at Jesus Image School in Florida.
Oh, wow. Part of Florida?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah, so he's there for this semester.
Awesome.
How's it like the heat this fall?
He loves heat.
Mm-hmm.
He went from Arizona to Florida. So he is.
So if it's not the heat, it's the humidity.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did not a big fan of humidity.
Well,
wow.
So
he'll get used to it. All right.
So talk about your schooling. Like, how did you know you always wanted to be in medicine, or how did that come about?
In 6th grade, it's kind of crazy. One of my teachers said, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" So I wrote a paper on becoming a nurse and turned it in. And I would actually say from 6th grade, I always wanted to be a nurse. And in high school, I did all my classes, advanced chem, advanced all the stuff for nursing.
Mm-hmm.
And at one time, I kind of felt like, well, maybe I want to be like a massage therapist. But then I'm like, no, I want to go back to nursing. So I always just wanted to be a nurse. So I went to Bird School of Nursing, graduated in 88, and then went to SBU for my bachelor's, and then went for my master's, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, but I know that you became.
I
want to talk?
When she said, yeah, I did want to talk.
Okay.
When she said, well, when I was 12, I knew what I was going. 6th grade, I was going. I thought you were going to say I was playing doctor with the local.
I didn't really ever play doctor. It's kind of like, nah, whatever. It was more like playing vet.
There you go.
With all the animals.
All the animals on the farm.
Yep.
Oh my word. Okay, so but you started your career as a nurse, right?
Yes.
And then there was a point in time where you decided to become that you needed to go back to school and become a nurse practitioner, which is what you are today.
Right.
Had a little masochistic streak where you're like, I need some more punishment. I'm going to go get my nurse practitioner degree.
It's a great
it's a crazy story. It's a crazy story. Okay, so I was a nurse. I was RN in Springfield Public Schools for 15 years before I became a nurse practitioner.
Okay.
And I went on a medical mission trip to Ethiopia with one of my friends. And on that medical mission trip during clinic, it was a crazy day at clinic, and I just kind of leaned back against the wall, and I was praying. I'm like, Lord, I don't know what to do for this patient. And my interpreter goes, what are you doing? And I said, I'm praying. He goes, okay, bless you, bless you. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then I got done, and I'm like, okay, Lord. So I just treated her. And then later on, Lord's like, I want you to do more. And I'm like, I don't know what that looks like. Mm-hmm. So I told my leader on the trip, and she's like, I knew God had something for you on this trip. And I'm like, I don't know what this means. So it took me almost a year to figure it out, because, when you graduate from in the archaic age, it's really hard to get your records. and your shot records are in your baby book, and your mom's got it somewhere in a closet. So
If you were the firstborn.
yes,
Yes.
Because the secondborn
doesn't have a baby book.
Blank pages.
It's in a
Yeah,
box.
exactly. So I had to find all that information, figured it out, then I had to do everything online, and went back to school to become a nurse practitioner.
Wow.
And it took me a bit, but I love it, and I'm so glad I was able to do it. So that's kind of how I'm where I'm at. I chose rural community because I grew up in rural with the farm. These are my people, and I didn't ever want to be a specialty. I didn't want to do city practice. I just want to be a rural family.
I remember the first time we heard about you. Of course, it was from the infamous Jeff Norris.
Oh yeah.
And we said, "Hey, is there a clinic in town? So where should we go to go check out the doctor?" He goes, "Well, you got to go see Joy."
Mm-hmm.
It was Joy and John. John at the pharmacy and Joy here in town. I mean, Jeff pretty much thought you walked on water. So, I mean, but Jeff was like, "Well, Joy, we have Joy, right? She's right there, right around the corner from you guys."
Yes.
So how long have you been here in Marionville?
Well, I was trying to think of that because I started on Aurora with Dr. Gardner. It'll be 7 years in December. Was in Aurora for 3 years. There was a part-time nurse practitioner here. Victoria was in Marionville part-time. And so the clinic was only open 2 or 3 days a week. And then I came and partnered with her, and then she left. And then I switched back and forth between Aurora and Marionville for a while. And finally, it's like, let's just open this clinic, full time again. So we kind of had to build it from the ground up again, and people had to know we were there.
Right.
Then we started walk-in. People had to okay, we're here for walk-in and do all those hours. So yeah, it's taken a while. So I think I've been here about 4 years.
That's awesome.
Really? So it was a new thing when we moved here.
Well, the clinic's been here forever. There was a doctor that was here before, all that kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure when Mercy took this clinic over, but there used to be a private physician. So that original looks like a ranch house. It was never a ranch house, I found out. It was actually a clinic. It's always been a clinic.
Okay.
So we found like old records up in the attic, and it was kind of cool.
Wow. But they were really rebuilding when we moved to town. So
Yeah.
I know that there was it'd be like, okay, there's certain days. And I remember when you said, we finally have it so that I'm here. When I'm here, I'm here. And then you do actually get one day where you're not here off. So there's other staff that rotates in and stuff,
Right.
but it's much more stable for people. And I think that's the value that you've brought to that, cycle, is that people know, who they can see and that you guys are here. And you've done a great job of building that up. I know it seems like there's always cars in the parking lot. So it seems like you
But
must
yours
be
is the
seeing a lot
first
of
one
people.
in and the last one
No,
out.
Shelby's the first one in.
Okay. But
Last time's I'm the last one out. Yeah.
but your van is always the last one out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm there a lot.
So how do you view the role of Mercy Clinic here in Marionville?
I think we're vital because of where we're located, just because of access. So I think it's very, very vital.
Yes. And so you already said, Shelby, you have a great team. I love
do.
it. How do you keep the culture there so positive?
Well, I'll take a shout out to Tian and Jennifer right now too. So I
Yes.
think we just communicate well together. We have same values. We have same focus of patient care. And we communicate. And we have a thing we call huddle. Every Thursday morning we get together, and I kind of ask them, how's your 5? And your 5 is like, how'd you sleep? What's your nutrition like? Do you have friendships? How's your relationship, your closest relationship? And have you had any devotions? And how's your spirituality? So kind of do a mental check of how's your 5. And then we'll take prayer requests and we pray. And then we do high five or everybody in, team up, and we goes clinical. So we try to do that every Thursday when we can.
That's great.
So yeah,
When you're not booked, but you're always booked in there.
we're pretty booked. Yeah, and then the other 2 nurse practitioners, Christina and Christine, also come. So we're a good team.
You are. Shout out to all of you.
Yes.
Because I think that if I know I go in there, I feel like quite a bit lately because we care give and, there's things that we need and all of that. And it's great because I never feel like, oh no, it's like hey, how's it going? Welcome to today. And of course, then they ask me, when is the coffee shop opening? That's
Yes,
usually
we do.
the next question.
We do.
So
We're looking forward to it.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. All right. Mercy has a special culture, though. I mean, it was founded by the Sisters of Mercy. Do they see their mission accomplished here in Marionville? Are they saying, nice job, Joy?
I think so because the Mercy statement, is by the healing power of Jesus Christ. So I absolutely feel like when people walk into Marionville Clinic, they're going to feel that compassion and we're going to take the time. So absolutely, I do.
Most definitely. And you know what? I'm going to just say something here because I saw a negative post on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and I knew that it had to be wrong because I've been in there, and I think that I just want kind of just to put it out there and say, realize when you see things that don't jive with what you've experienced, you kind of have to guess that maybe there's some miscommunication that's happened. And so I went back and said, hey, what was the deal? And yes, it was miscommunication. And, of course, we don't need to go into any of that, but I knew from all the experience that I've had at your clinic that what I was seeing online, there was probably more to this story. And so, I just want to put that out there because I hate for bad news to get out there because this is good news. Okay, so you went around and took a bunch of photos of the community, including our mural, and you have them up on the walls of the clinic, and I love that. Why did you do that?
Well, when I was doing clinical for my nurse practitioner, I went to a clinic in Ash Grove, and they had that there, but they were like really fancy pictures. And I'm like, that is such a cool idea. Just go around the community, put some pictures in. And I thought, if I ever get a clinic that's rural, I want to do that. But I wanted mine a little bit differently, like more like local stuff and just simple things and then black and white.
Yeah.
So I took several walkabouts at lunch and just snapped a bunch of pictures and then uploaded them to Mixtiles and got black and whites and put them in the clinic. And it's fun. I've got a lot of comments on them.
Yeah.
But I didn't get yours with the total squirrel done. So
yeah,
I have to redo it.
the mural was in the works
process.
at the time.
Yeah.
But and then you have the one room where you have the pictures that kind of tell the story of your time in Ethiopia. And I think that's so powerful too. So if you need to go get some medical checkout, go and look at the pictures on the walls as well. Why don't you list real quick, and we're going to get into the news, and then you'll have one last chance to say something at the end. But, people can come to do walk-in clinics.
Yes.
They can get their, shots. They can, all kinds of things that they can do at the clinic, right? Why don't you?
So walk-in hours are 1 to 3. Monday through Friday, and we can do just acute things, sore throats, UTIs, respiratory stuff like that.
Right.
I also do sports physicals. So yeah, and then if you're a Mercy established patient, we can see you too.
What's cool about Mercy is if you're in the Mercy system, everybody knows everything about you.
Yeah.
If you go into another Mercy place.
It's so fabulous.
Which is really an advantage for us first responders because we don't have to tell people about anything. If they're a Mercy client, you put them on a Mercy ambulance and they take them to a Mercy hospital and everybody knows your business. Hey, phenomenal. Joy, we're going to keep going, but we're going to start with some news because Friday night is the biggest night in Marionville in decades with the unveiling of the brand new football field Friday night.
Yeah, so the new turf field is ready. And we will have our home game, and there'll be exciting things to dedicate that field. In other school news, the Marionville Youth.
You move right on. I was just going to say, big shout out to Bob Duda. He is so excited to announce on the new football field. He's so excited.
He's been posting every night this week, getting people ready and hyped up for it. And he'll be there with his voice on the big microphone announcing everything. So, it's kind of cool that the Marionville Youth Football hosted their Jamboree this past Saturday, and they actually got to play on the new turf. So I'm sure those boys just love that. There was a lot of excitement in the air as they played Springfield Catholic and Miller.
All right, we want to thank the Bank of Billings. They've been a part of this podcast from the very beginning. Wanted to help bring local news to Marionville because this is the source for the local news, not the gossip, but the real news.
Yeah.
So thank you, Bank of Billings. Remember, their core values are customer first, passion for service, and a commitment to community, and they show it all the time. These core values have enabled them to be part of this community and in business since 1889. Remember, they're a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
This past Saturday, the City of Hope event that was hosted by the Marionville Ministerial Alliance was a wonderful event. We saw many families that were blessed with, they had food, all kinds of food, including the most amazing donuts from St. George's.
And
I'd never had them before. They were the size of
They're amazing.
the paper plates. Haircuts, games, classic car show that was
20 cars,
fabulous.
that's phenomenal.
A budgeting class and devotional and time together with the community, which is so powerful. So I want to thank everyone for their involvement in the City of Hope event.
Hey, Martha,
Yes.
something coming up soon?
Yes.
Applefest is coming quickly. Next week, we'll be talking about many of the new and updated events that will be revealed at this year's Applefest. Make sure to mark your calendar for the community church service on the evening of September 18th, then the festival on the 19th and 20th. What time we open it up on the 19th?
I don't remember. I think noon.
Noon.
We'll go noon.
Okay.
We'll
All right.
go with
We're going
that.
to go at noon?
Yeah.
All right.
People start showing up early and they're just walking
I'll
around.
be
And,
disappointed.
yeah.
Hey, no first responder news in there this week.
Did you have some to share?
Hey, we wanted
you
to
didn't
thank
email me any.
Austin White. Sorry, I didn't. And neither did Chief Bowling. Austin White has been in town and adding to our team at the First Responders. We're so excited. We would love to have you consider joining our volunteer fire department. Did you know that we get a small stipend if you join the fire department? There's a small little gift that we get for serving in our community. We would love to have you come learn how to be a firefighter. Come learn how to respond for medical needs, learn how to serve your community. If you didn't get a chance to serve your country, you could serve your community. If you serve your country, you could also serve your community. But this is a great chance to serve the great town of Marionville.
Must be 18 years of old or older.
But you could start training now if you're not 18.
Yeah.
So when you turn 18, you're ready to roll.
All right. I want to thank you, Joy Bell, for being our guest today. Do you have any last thoughts that you want to share with Marionville?
I'm just glad to be here. This is such a neat little rural community. And everybody says, oh, you work where the white squirrel is? And I'm like, yes. And the question you always get is, have you ever seen one? You're like, yes, I have. And so I direct them on how to find one. So it's just kind of fun. So thank you for this opportunity.
It's like, have you ever seen a falling star? Can you tell me where I can find one?
Yeah. Well, they're actually down by that sign. Lots of times they're down by that sign.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Right at Washington
Yep.
and Western. Yeah. They like pose there for pictures usually.
They do. They do. Not the ones on the tree. They're fake.
No.
There's difference. You have to watch those.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought that didn't move very often. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks also to the Bank of Billings for sponsoring today's podcast. Consider becoming a sponsor and helping get this news spread out there further and further across the country. You can contact us at goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com.
You can also report good news at that same email address. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified when each episode releases.
Thanks for joining us for the Good Place Marionville podcast. Keep your eyes out for the good. Tell us about it. And together we can celebrate Marionville.